Good afternoon. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, then perhaps I won't need to say quite as much this year. Instead, I invite you to take a look at this ChatGPT rendering of what's coming together for the ROC. Since our garage burn in 2023, we've been dreaming about what might be possible here. The architect has provided the drawings, but the metal siding you see in this picture isn't just a conversion from brick and mortar, it's the heartbeat of what's next. So picture with me front porches filled with conversation, rocking chairs where burdens are shared, and picnic tables where friendships are born, and strings of lights that twinkle with hope. It's the Randall Outreach Center, a visible symbol of what we're building together in relationships, in outreach, and in legacy. If you spent just a few Sundays with us over the last year, you'll notice this. We are in a building phase as a church in more ways than one. As the old saying goes, here's the church, here's the steeple, open the doors and see all the people. We've been doing the work of building on both fronts, both the work of steeple building and people building. And after years of prayerful planning and careful revision, last year we approved a new constitution and bylaws, allowing us to hold fast with closed fists to our doctrines, our convictions, and our covenant identity, while also holding loosely with open hands the strategies, the structures, and the ministries needed to reach this generation with the gospel. In a desire to be a heritage of faith for the next generation and become a shining example of an intergenerational church, we get really excited when the numbers speak volumes. Now there's 1/3 of our congregation that is age 11 or younger. And so while God is clearly on the move, we want to respond to that. So we're making a significant investment this year in our family ministry. New carpet and new paint. That's all just the beginning. The real new transformation happens with a curriculum shift, where the gospel story is told again and again each week until everyone who comes through our doors, every child understands the wonder-working power that consumes life when one's passion and one's heart is hard after Jesus Christ. Which brings me back to this picture worth 1,000 words. The ROC, the Randall Outreach Center. What do you see when you picture this space? What do you hear? What do you feel? What does it smell like? Because to be honest, at its current state, it doesn't smell very good. As you know, this garage started out as a 3-car bus garage, and over the years it's hosted sports leagues and pavilions and gatherings and fall festivals and our beloved Christmas dramas, but it's time to admit what we all know. Our curb appeal is beginning to be lacking. But thanks to your generous giving, including some substantial legacy gifts, we've already made big strides across all of our other facilities. We've got new windows in the kids' wing, fresh paint in our main hallways. Our roof repairs have happened in the foyer. The gymnasium has been renovated this year. In the coming year, we're going to be tackling the sanctuary roof, the remaining flat roofs. We're going to restore the bell tower and the brickwork around that, because as God is moving in the church, the work is never done. But next summer, August 2026, we will celebrate 200 years as a church, 2 centuries of gospel presence, of baptisms and funerals and worship services, ringing out the gospel for all to hear. We want you to make a plan for that. We want to mark your calendars for the final 2 weeks in August, our capstone celebration time. And we want the place to shine, not for vanity, but for visibility, not to look better, but to welcome better. We want the curb appeal to be spectacular. And that's why we're setting a faith-filled goal to raise an additional $200K for Randall's 200th birthday. Not just for this one building, but for impact of 200 years all throughout our facility. That's $2,000 for each of our families to give beyond and above. And we trust that God will do what he always does. He'll give more than we need, and we'll keep investing it both in people building and in steeple building. So picture this. It's a warm August Sunday evening in Buffalo. The sun is dipping behind the trees. There's a golden glow across the field. You're seated beneath a canopy of string lights, like the thousands of lights that Randall has sent out into the world as everyday missionaries. Laughter floats around you as picnic tables stretch beyond, and they're all filled with families, with wriggly little toddlers to wise old saints. The air is alive with rhythm, soccer ball, the bat rustle of leaves, the hum of conversation, rocking chairs rocking and creaking as old friends swap stories. Kids chase each other between raised garden beds. Someone tunes up a guitar. They prepare a familiar hymn to sing. And then the grill fires up, that unmistakable smell across the lawn. Yes, the smell of Salen's hot dogs, the smell of home. You lean back, you take it all in. You taste, you see, the Lord is good. My name is Pastor Milo. Thank you so much for coming to our annual meeting this year. I trust that God is going to use this time to be productive for many years to come. Thank you so much for being here. We look forward to celebrating 200 years together as a church. God bless. Have a great day.